It's time now for our campaign, Vaccinate India, in partnership with Google, where we take a look at questions that all of you frequently look up online, questions that you Google about vaccines and COVID. And to answer those questions, we're joined by Dr. M. Wali, Senior Physician, Gangaram Hospital. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us. Now, one of the questions that people are looking up a lot these days is how long does it take to develop immunity after a COVID vaccine?
Well, COVID vaccine, once given, starts its function, it triggers the body cell to produce immunity. The best results can start coming up after 2 weeks. So 2 weeks and later, there will be spurt of immunity, the development of immune cells, protection from the coronavirus, and the cycle goes on, which lasts for about a year or less than a year.
In fact, we're still waiting to know more about, needing a booster shot after, a year or maybe 6 months. But immunity also means that you're protected against serious disease, though you have to continue being careful, isn't it?
Yes, this is very important to know for the people that once they suffer with COVID, they develop a type of immunity, which is a natural immunity, like in any other. But the maximum duration it can last is up to 6 months. And it gradually falls once you recover from the COVID. But as contrast to this immunity, the immunity which the vaccines give be longer, it is stronger, and it is more appropriate and specific to the most of the strains of the coronavirus. That is more important for the people to know, that because the strains are changing, and luckily our Indian vaccines are effective against all these mutants so far, and very nicely effective.
All right, another question that people look up is, will you test positive for antibodies after the COVID vaccination? So it's somewhat related to the previous question, but yes, will you test positive for antibodies?
Yes, but there is no recommendation that you should go on testing the response of the vaccination, development of the antibodies. Do you have fever or not after vaccination? Symptoms post-vaccination. Some people in the same house may get vaccine on the same day, but they can have different symptoms. One may have none, one may have lots. So it is not recommended, nor it is advisable, or nor it is scientific to test the levels of immune response, because it would vary according to our system, according to our reaction to the vaccine or action of the vaccine rather, and it would be variable. So you cannot compare two variables and you cannot measure it at a given time, because it will change. Gradually the immunity builds up after 4 to 6 weeks, as I said, and then it stabilizes for many months. And as you said, longer trials are needed to find out, do we, I'm saying do we underline, we need a third dose or a booster shot after some months or a year. And that work is going on all over the world, and probably, yes, coronavirus is going to remain with us for a long time, and we have to get lifelong protection from it and devise the modality how we can have lifelong protection from the coronavirus.
And a question that people often have is, will the antibodies from the vaccines that we currently have protect us against the variants as well?
Obviously, yes. And I said in this respect, our Covishield and Covaxin have shown better results. And it depends on the technology which we use, because Covishield has got technology which has been relied upon many years, and it's based on the basic chimpanzee-based virus which produces common cold. That the other name of this vaccine is Chadox, chimpanzee-based vaccine. Right. And other vaccine, which is our Swadeshi vaccine, also utilizes complete set of all the components of the coronavirus. So immunity is reliable and is dependable, and so far we have not seen anybody who has been vaccinated has to go on ventilator or die. There are very exceptional 1 or 2 cases, otherwise by and large it protects the population and it protects from the severity, it protects from the progress of the disease, which can lead to intensive treatment in ICU or death. So all these things
Right.
have been very consistently studied, and we have found positive results in all these directions.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Wali, for always for joining us on the program.
Thank you. You are doing a good job.
Thank you.